Hey everybody, I want to congratulate you on reaching the portfolio assignment for the Family Tree Portfolio. What we're going to be doing in this is we have a couple different methods by which you can complete the portfolio assignment. So I want to give you a little bit of flexibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to use this vocabulary. We're going to talk about what the assignment's going to look like, and we're going to talk about what your end goal is going to be in terms of doing this assignment. Now, the first thing is that with this assignment, there are some requirements. You have to make sure you have to include at least 12 vocabulary words that we've learned in this most recent lesson, because I want to make sure that you're pushing yourself to engage with the vocab and try and incorporate it into your actual language practice. Okay, I don't want you to fall back on just the language that you may already know to be able to explain around it, but instead I want you to make sure that you are learning the new stuff as well. So the second thing is you have to craft a complete family tree in some form. You'll see why I say that in just a minute. And so you're going to make sure you include all the way back to your grandparents' generation. If, for example, you and your siblings, you have 10 siblings or something, you can go ahead and just pick two of the siblings and you can talk about those ones. And then for your parents' generation, you can do the same thing if they have a lot of siblings. So just pick two at each level and you should be good to go. Just make sure that you're picking the appropriate name when you are talking about those different levels within the family tree. The third step is you need to pick two family members from your family tree that you want to talk about, and then write 2 to 3 sentences about each of those family members in Chinese characters. And so these should be based on the characteristics of those family members. For example, what job do they do, some interests that they have, or color of their hair, whether they're tall, short, do they wear glasses. Whatever you want to include in there that's meaningful to you is fine with me. If you pick option 2 for this assignment, though, make sure that you are also including the 2 to 3 sentences, excuse me, into the actual dialogue that you're writing. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. So now, with that said, we have two options for this assignment. The first option is you can hand draw your family tree independently. And so you'll draw that family tree on a piece of, I would say, 8 by 11 computer paper, just printer paper. And then you just have to write your 2 to 3 sentences for each family member that you picked underneath that family tree in Chinese characters. When you're done, take a picture of it, load it into the actual Dropbox that we have here, and then you will be good to go for your assignment. If you pick the second option, you have two ways to do this. You can do it independently, or you can collaborate with a classmate to write your dialogue. And so if you'd like to collaborate with a classmate, go down to the family tree discussion board that I have linked here at the bottom, click it, and you can access the discussion board to see who else is looking to collaborate. If you guys write it together, just remember that you have to make sure you include equal parts in here. When you're submitting your assignment, you need to submit the written dialogue in Chinese characters, and then you also need to submit your audio recording of what you did, just so I can hear you read your dialogue to me. If you are doing that option, remember, like I said previously, make sure you include the 2 to 3 sentences about each family member that you picked, the two family members, into the dialogue as well. So it should be pretty straightforward to do that. So if you're talking about your uncle, you'd be like, oh yeah, and my uncle, he's an engineer and he is, this tall, something like that. Now, the last thing is when you're done with the assignment, you need to contact me via email or via my You Can Book Me link, and then we can get into the conference room that we have to talk about the actual assignment that we worked on. And so I'll have your assignment that you uploaded, and then we can talk about different things we may need to revise or different questions that I have for you. I may pick other family members that we could talk about as well. And then when you're done with that, you'll be good to go. If you have questions about how this is going to be graded, though, take a look at the rubric that I have down below, because that rubric is going to be really beneficial for you. It's going to show you what I'm expecting of you, and it's going to show you exactly how I'm going to be grading you. So if you have any questions about it, let me know. If you have any questions about the assignment, you can also let me know via email or my phone number. Anyway around it, just get a hold of me and I'll be happy to help. Good luck.